In the heart of Noonan, Georgia, a small town of quiet streets and familiar faces, a storm was quietly brewing behind the closed doors of a seemingly ordinary home. Cheryl and Luke Coe lived there, their lives outwardly calm and conventional. To neighbors, they were just another couple navigating the complexities of marriage. But beneath the surface, a web of secrets, desires, and unspoken resentments was tightening around them, and it would soon snap in the most devastating way. The Coe's marriage was unconventional. In an era where love and relationships are increasingly fluid, they had chosen an open marriage. At first, it had seemed like a thrilling adventure, a mutual agreement that allowed them both freedom and connection. But freedom has its own dangers. Boundaries were constantly tested, jealousy silently simmered, and arguments that should have been minor disagreements began to carry more weight than either of them realized. By June 2021, their relationship had grown volatile. Friends described the couple as private but friendly, giving no hint of the storm raging inside their home. But anyone who knows tension knows that it rarely stays hidden forever. On that fateful night, June 23, 2021, Cheryl returned home after running errands, her mind dulled by several hard ciders and a sedative she had taken earlier. The house was unusually quiet, and a sense of foreboding filled the air. Something felt off, though she may not have recognized it consciously. The tension inside her own home was palpable. Luke was waiting. What began as a discussion about the boundaries of their open marriage quickly escalated into a heated argument. Words were exchanged, sharp and accusatory, cutting deeper than either of them intended. Cheryl's alcohol-fueled state made it harder to process, and Luke's frustration, built up over months of perceived betrayals, pushed the argument past the point of reconciliation. Every phrase, every raised voice, made the air thicker with tension. Then, in an instant, the confrontation turned deadly. Cheryl claims she thought she was facing an intruder, that fear overtook her senses. But the truth, uncovered later by investigators, painted a more chilling picture. Luke had been shot at close range, a fact that contradicted her story of panicked self-defense. The gunshot shattered the quiet of the house and ended a life in a heartbeat. What was meant to be a private argument became a violent tragedy, leaving a home and community forever altered. As the investigation unfolded, the intricacies of the Coe's life were laid bare. Police examined the scene, noting the inconsistencies in Cheryl's statements, the positioning of the body, and the physical evidence. What initially seemed like a tragic accident was revealed to be something far more deliberate, a confrontation fueled by anger, jealousy, and substances that clouded judgment. In the courtroom, the tension continued to build. Cheryl's defense relied on her claim of self-defense, but prosecutors meticulously presented the facts. The argument over boundaries, the alcohol and sedative in her system, and the forensic evidence that suggested premeditation. Witnesses recounted the couple's volatile relationship, painting a picture of a marriage fraying at the edges. Every detail seemed to ratchet the suspense higher, leaving observers in the courtroom with an uneasy sense that the outcome could go either way. Finally, the jury delivered its verdict. Cheryl Coe was found guilty of malice murder, felony murder, and aggravated assault. The sentence: life in prison without the possibility of parole. The decision sent shockwaves through Noonan and beyond, leaving friends and neighbors grappling with the reality that someone they thought they knew had crossed a line from which there was no return. The story of Cheryl and Luke Coe is not just a tale of murder. It is a cautionary story about the dangers of unresolved conflict, the perils of blurred boundaries, and the unpredictable consequences of human emotion pushed to the brink. In the quiet suburbs of Georgia, a life was lost, a family torn apart, and a community left to question how a marriage that seemed normal on the surface could harbor such danger beneath. Even now, the echoes of that night linger. The Coe's story serves as a stark reminder that tension, if left unchecked, can escalate in unimaginable ways. Trust and communication, no matter how strong they seem, can fracture, and when combined with fear, alcohol, and emotional volatility, the results can be fatal.